Hi you guys, welcome back to The Lemon Abroad. So today I wanted to share a little video because it is my 4th anniversary of living in Palermo today. Not the day that the video is being published, but the day that I'm sitting here talking about it. And I just wanted to reflect on a few things that I found with moving here and how things have been going and what I hope for the future. So if you don't know a little bit about my story already, I moved to Palermo in November of 2019. After having been in a period of traveling around, I was moving from city to city, country to country, 6 months in one place, 4 months in another, maybe a year in one place. And I really got to a point where I was tired and I wanted to have a home base. I wanted to, of course, keep traveling, but I wanted to have a place to come back to that was my own, where I could really start to build my life. Now, I had already spent some time in Palermo during my travels. And of course, as an Italian American, as a Sicilian American, I did think that one day I would end up back in Italy and that is where I would make my life. And when I got to this point where I said, okay, I'm really ready to settle down now, I decided to return to Palermo. I had already spent some time there. I knew the city a little bit, and from what I knew of it, I really liked it there. Of course, also because my family is from Sicily, it is really the closest place I could be to my roots. So I decided I would move back, and I really didn't have any plan, but luckily I did know some people here, so I had a way to get myself started. I came and I looked for an apartment and I found my very first apartment here, and about 1 or 2 months after moving in came the pandemic and the lockdown, which of course none of us could have anticipated, but in a way gave me time and space to really root myself here. Fortunately, in the apartment I had found, there were 2 other girls across the hall, both from other countries. So I really wasn't alone. I did have people to talk to, and I got to learn a lot from their experiences. They really helped me so much in this first phase of my life in Palermo, which I can say is the phase where I was rooting myself here. I was building my foundations. And I mean that also quite literally, establishing myself here. I was very fortunate that these girls were willing and able to help me make sure I was getting all of the documents I needed and setting things up for myself here, laying the groundwork for what was coming next. They encouraged me to enroll in the university and actually really helped me because I had no idea how to do that. So I enrolled in the university for my laurea magistrale, which is the equivalent of a master's degree in the United States, for example, but I'll just add a note that in Italy, there's also something called a master's degree, which is different. Through going to university, I ended up meeting friends, both from Palermo and also from other countries as well. I then began looking for another apartment. I started taking dance classes and just being able to meet more people in the city. Of course, then things were opening up again. And that, I would say, is kind of the second phase of my life here, that once you had everything settled, being able to then move forward in developing your hobbies here and establishing a community around you. Eventually, I graduated university. I moved into another apartment with my boyfriend who I had started dating. And then I had a little bit of a period of finding myself here. I think after finishing university, I really didn't know what to do next, but I just kind of did the next thing that made sense, which was to enroll in driving school so that way I could have my license here and kind of set myself up for the next chapter. I also began dedicating myself to my YouTube channel because I knew that that was really what I wanted to do. If I was really honest with myself about what I was good at, what I had knowledge about, what made me happy, and what I thought could be useful to other people. I really feel that communicating these experiences I've had here is very useful to others who want to move to Italy, or really to any country. Of course, most of my content is specific on Italy, but a lot of things apply in general to being someone who is moving to a new environment. I also got involved in volunteering in a local organization, which helped me learn so much about what's going on in the city. And all of that kind of got me to where I am now, which is that I'm entering into a new chapter of my life here. I'm going to begin my PhD studies, which is going to, I really think, open me up to so many new experiences here. And I can see how all of the phases so far have really built upon each other. And it's really amazing to look back at that, because it took a long time. There were a lot of struggles, there were a lot of tears, there were a lot of challenges, but ultimately I did make it. I have built the life that I dreamed of for so long. And especially given that before moving to Palermo, I had been traveling around a lot, which is really valuable experience. I wouldn't trade the way things have happened for anything, because I've been able to meet so many wonderful people and experience so many different cultures and places. When you're doing that though, it is hard to build a life like this, because you're not in one place for long enough to really settle down and establish those relationships or do the practical things like getting your driver's license. And it really did take a long time for me here to get all of these things settled down, to get all of these systems established. And of course, I'm still learning every day. There are still so many things that I want to do and that I have to learn to do, but I also know that I'm capable of doing that. Based on where I am today, I know how far I've come, how many questions I've found the answers to. And I try and keep that in mind when I'm thinking about the future, because so many of these things I want to do are unknown to me. But I'm trying to be excited and confident about the future rather than get lost in the unknowns, because I know that there's an answer and I know that I can find it. I really feel like my life here is just getting started, and I really can't wait to see what happens next. I could not have imagined when I moved here all of the things that would happen, all of the amazing things, all of the hard things, the people I would meet, the opportunities I would be able to have. One thing I really want to say is that none of the things that I've done here would have been possible without the kindness of others. So many people have taken me under their wing, have helped me, have gone with me to places to be able to make sure that I was on track with everything I needed to do, who have encouraged me to go after new opportunities, sometimes pushing me through the door, and I'm so thankful for them. And that's one of the reasons also why I am making this YouTube channel, why I'm writing these vlogs, because when I first arrived in Palermo, I had no idea what to do. Not only did I not know how to do these things, but I didn't even know what it was I was supposed to be doing. There wasn't a checklist, that was handed to me at the airport. So really, without the guidance of these kind people in my life, I would not have known what to do. And so that's what I'm hoping to do with my YouTube channel. And I hope that it has been useful to people and interesting and encouraging if this is something that you are interested in doing too, or really anything that you're interested in doing, knowing that there are solutions to our questions. There are obstacles, but there are ways of overcoming them. This is also, if I'm counting correctly, my 50th long form YouTube video, which is so incredible and cool. I don't think I could have imagined that I would be actually doing something like this. I'm kind of shy in real life, so I think people are surprised when I have a YouTube channel, but it is something I really enjoy doing, and it's so much fun. And again, it was a friend of mine who gave me the idea to set up a YouTube channel. It was a friend of mine who taught me how to record and edit movies. And it's my friends and people who watch my videos who have encouraged me to keep going. It was a friend of mine who encouraged me to start my website. And I think that just goes to show how much other people can really be our support. And while it ultimately rests in us to do these things and get them done, I know that a lot of the things I have in my life are because there are kind people around me who are encouraging me, and I'm so thankful for them. So that is really what I'm thinking about on this 4-year anniversary. I'm just remembering all of the adventures that I've had and times when I thought I was not going to make it or I was not going to be able to get this thing done. And then I did. And I'm thinking of all the friends I've made here, the community I have around me. I really could not have imagined having this. I don't think I could have imagined that I could make this life for myself. And like I said, I'm just trying to take that as encouragement for the future. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for following along on this journey with me. And please always let me know what kinds of questions you have about moving to Italy, about traveling abroad. And I wish you all the best of luck on your journeys, whatever that may be. So thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Ciao.